Hi everybody, Dorothy here, professional astrologer. You can find me on the web, nhastrologer.com, on Facebook, here on YouTube. So don't forget to click, share, comment below. I love to hear your opinion, what's going on for you in regards to things that I'm talking about, all right? So don't be shy. And if you need to private message stuff, you do that too. So today I'm going to talk to you about the week of November 5th. We have election day. We have two of the outer planets moving into new signs, a new moon. What does all of this mean? All right, I'm going to fill you in on all of that as plainly as I possibly can in just a minute. So I'll be right back. All right, welcome back and thank you for joining me. Please don't forget to come to my website. This is my profession, so I would love you to come there, take a look at my website, see what I have to offer you. So starting on November 5th, we have the moon in the sign of Libra. So we're looking for harmony, for peace, for stability. And I say stability is just because we're at this point being overloaded with advertising, political stuff, because here in the U.S., we're at midterm elections and the House and the Senate is trying to get a shift. We're trying to shift out of such a heavy in one party and bring more equilibrium in by adding a few more people in the other party. That's just my opinion. The pendulum has been swung so far one direction. We really don't need it to swing so far the other direction that there's never any movement or any progress. So it's my hope that we get just a little more of an equilibrium between that pendulum back and forth. And that's the way I'm interpreting that moon in Libra, right, on Monday. So check within yourself. Now I'm talking politics, but we also have to recognize it's like what's going on in your life for you, where you're seeking that balance, where things are very, very out of balance. And why I say very out of balance is because this is a balsamic lunar phase. The new moon is Wednesday. There we go. So while the moon is in her final 48 hours before she's new, it's about distilling information and the wisdom that we've gained over the time of this whole lunar cycle. What is that wisdom that you have gained, or the information you've distilled into the choices you want to make? And I say the choices just because we do have an election on Tuesday the 6th. So Monday is that day where we're really looking to find that balance and that equilibrium. So I hope that you can go within, find that within yourself, and make, if you do vote, hopefully you do, and make those choices that are based on what your values are. It's different for everybody, so do that. Now, the moon moves into the sign of Scorpio on the next day. So when the moon does move into the sign of Scorpio at 8 in the morning, it will also, right after that, be in an opposition to Uranus and Taurus. It's in the very last second of Taurus because it's backing into Aries in a couple of hours, right? And so, yeah, at 2 p.m. So what does that mean? I know I just said a lot of astrology. Sorry, I said I was going to try and be plain. So moon in Scorpio is deep, intense, in the balsamic lunar phase still. So that means we are going very deep within. So I'm going to tell you this too. Opposite Uranus means I'm fighting for my cause. I'm fighting for what it is that is really important to me. This is what a lot of advertising, at least here in New Hampshire, has been all about. You know, people really fighting for that cause. Typical political stuff, honestly. But I want you to think about what's important for you as well. Now, any of the pollsters, anybody taking those preliminary polls and even the exiting polls, you know, with the moon in Scorpio in the balsamic phase on the day of elections, people are not going to be telling the truth because it's nobody's business how I vote. But it is your business, so you make sure you go and vote. Vote, people, vote. Because we need that we need some more balance here. We need a little more balance. So when Uranus enters the sign of Aries, still on election day, this is just going to be a wild ride. It is going to be unpredictable and a wild ride all day on, actually Monday, but mainly really a wild ride on Tuesday, because Uranus moving back into Aries. He's going to be in Aries all the way through till March, I believe. I don't have the exact date in here right now. So while he is finishing up his trek through the sign of Aries, that means that we're really finishing up those feelings of independence, where it is we need to feel independent. You have to look at the house that it's in your own astrology chart. So that's going to give you a little more information about where it is that you're feeling like a rebel and independent and need to get into some cutting edge new information and new stuff that's just for you. And this is what we'll get, I think, to having these transits on an election day. We're definitely going to get a whole lot of new people that are most likely super young compared to what we already have in there, which is fantastic. Fresh blood is always really good. So I want to move on to the new moon. That is on Wednesday the 7th, and east coast of US is 11:02 a.m. Now when we have, it's right smack in the middle of Scorpio, so 15 degrees of Scorpio. So when we have the new moon, this again is the beginning of a new monthly lunar cycle, but in the long range, it's the beginning of a new 3-year cycle that the moon goes through. So set intentions on this day. And even if, not even if, but really, yeah, even if it's not a great day, I want you to get into meditation, get into prayer, take your walk out in nature, whatever is important for you. Get into a place where you can really set some deep goals based on those internal places where you know you want to change, where you want something to be different, and that transformational piece. Because Scorpio has everything to do with going deep. And these can be subtle things, and these subtle things, you don't have to make like a declaration to anybody about what you're doing. These are internal, deep, subtle changes. And those of you in the metaphysical world, you know what that means. And even those of you who aren't, just look at what it is that you would like to change, because that Scorpio energy is about deep internal change, intense connections with others, since the sun and the moon, the two luminaries, are together. So what is it that you are interested in that needs for you to go quiet so you can change it? And go deep. Set goals based on where you want change to happen in your life. So what's the next big news? Moving on to the 8th is Jupiter enters his sign of Sagittarius. Oh, thank the gods. So we're going to finally shift out of a little bit about a lot of water, and we're going to shift into a mutable fire sign. Jupiter will be in this sign for approximately 13 months. It's its own placement. And so what happens with this fiery energy of this mutable Sag is the truth comes out. So since Jupiter over the last year in the sign of Scorpio has been expanding so to the point where we're seeing all of these abuse situations going on, and power and control and manipulation happening, and it's all coming to the surface for us to see. Now that Jupiter's in Sagittarius, we get to see even more truth about it, but it's going to be in the light. That fire is burning off any of the excess stuff that's hanging out there, and we're going to be able to see what that truth is. We have Mercury in Sag in it right now too, so that means there's a lot of communication coming out, a lot of talking, a lot of truth telling is coming to the surface. So while Jupiter is moving through the sign of Sagittarius over the next year, we have this fantastic opportunity to expand our knowledge, expand our awareness, expand what it is that we know about ourselves and about the world around us. All right, because Jupiter is all about expanding those things. Whatever it's in, wherever it touches in your chart, expect super duper growth to happen. If it's in your 7th house, you're going to have a lot of partnerships and a lot of people show up. If it's in your 8th house, that transformation, finances, excellent. It's going to expand. So maybe you'll earn more money. If it's up in the 9th house, where Jupiter and Sag is now, it's going to be an opportunity for you to learn even more. If it's in your 10th house in your career sector, it's going to be about that expanding so you can find the best job for yourself or step up into a bigger position. So you see what I'm saying? We go all the way around the chart. So wherever Jupiter and Sag is, expect that growth and expansion. All right, so I want to finish up this forecast because we're already going kind of long. And Friday, the moon's in Sag, made a conjunction to Jupiter late last night. And so with the moon in Sag, this is where we can feel lighthearted, carefree, very fun, easygoing energy. So this whole weekend is like take a break, have fun, and learn. In New England, we have the Natural Living Expo. It's a humongous event that lasts all weekend. So this is an opportunity for thousands of people to come into this event and learn and meet everybody that is interested in anything about natural living, metaphysical. You wouldn't believe the lineup. It's fantastic. So if you're in the Boston area, check it out, Natural Living Expo. Now, and I'll see you there. So what does that mean for you if you don't have that in your area? Well, go find something like that, because this is a great weekend, Friday, Saturday, even into Sunday, to be with others and to learn and to have fun and to expand. So those are the things that I want you to look at for Friday, Saturday. Now, Sunday, we have the moon in Capricorn, and when the moon moved into Capricorn late in the middle of the night last night, Saturday night, the moon in Capricorn is organized and it's logical and it's practical and it's very grounded. It's super different, way different than the moon in Sag, which is like, oh, fun party time. And moon in Capricorn is like, oh, all right, I got to clean up now. I got to organize this. Look at how messy that is. And I know I have a moon in Cap, so I know how that is. But the moon in Cap on Sunday is just that. We get to finally settle down, feel comfortable. Let me put my book down. Feel comfortable, feel organized, and get ready for what is next and ready for the coming week. All right. So, wow. We've gone from a balsamic lunar phase on Monday, which is about going within, even though we're on election day, which means we're like voicing our opinion, to a new moon on Wednesday in the sign of Scorpio, which is about going back within and what seeds am I planting for my new growth, right? And then we have Jupiter entering Sag on Thursday. So now we're into this, what is the truth, the flame and the fire, which is going to burn everything off that isn't real. So we get to see the truth, right? And we have the moon supporting that on Friday and Saturday. So go out, learn, have fun, just be happy and enjoy life. That's Friday and Saturday. And then we get to Sunday where it's like, okay, whew, it's been a whirlwind of a week. So we're going to be organized and logical and practical. And that's what Sunday sets us up for. So we can get ready for what's next. And that is it in a nutshell. Yeah, it's a big week. All right, guys. Please share, please comment below, fill me in on how these things are working out for you. I'd love to hear it. And thank you and blessings. Namaste. And hey, you know, if you're in person, if you're in New England, I just wanted to let you know also that in Wells, Maine, on December 1st and on December 2nd in Methuen, Massachusetts, at Circles of Wisdom. I and my colleague, Darlene Chadbourne, we've been doing this for a few years now. We're doing the forecast for 2019. It's a 3-hour workshop. And if you want to know more about that, go to my website and click on the classes page, Learn Astrology, and it's in the lecture tab. And you can check that out, especially if you are in the area. All right. That's it. I did say namaste, but I'll say it again. Blessings. Namaste.